Hey guys, Alex here. This is a video response for Instant Classic 8's idea of talking about your first WrestleMania experience. Now for me this is kind of a tricky subject because the very first WrestleMania I remember watching as a kid was WrestleMania 12. That was the WrestleMania that featured Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart in the first ever 60-minute Iron Man match. I didn't watch it live, but me and my brother were both big wrestling fans. He was a Bret Hart fan, I was a Shawn Michaels fan, so we knew we had to see the show. But a friend of my mom's recorded it on a VHS and gave us a copy, so we remember watching it. I don't remember much about it. I do remember, first and foremost, I love the Iron Man match. Doesn't hold up very well nowadays though, but it's still alright. And I remember the parking lot brawl, like that was pretty cool. I thought that was kind of neat. And I think that was also, was that the year that Kane and Undertaker had their match? I think it was, no, it was Undertaker and Diesel. And it just wasn't really a great show. It wasn't really that special on pay-per-view, but that was the first WrestleMania. But I don't really remember it because I was 6 years old when I first saw it, and you know, I just remember like the two matches, the parking lot brawl and then the Iron Man match. So the first WrestleMania I ever saw live on pay-per-view was WrestleMania 17, and it was WrestleMania 17. That was in 2000 and 2001. Yeah, 2001. So that'd be 11. And the reason that was the first WrestleMania I watched was because it just so happened that my spring break from school started the day after WrestleMania, so on April 2nd or wherever it started. So I talked to my dad, and my brother was still a wrestling fan at this time. My dad was still a pretty big wrestling fan because we all, the three of us really loved The Rock and we loved Stone Cold, so we were still kind of into wrestling together. So I talked to my dad, like, he's agreed to order it. So Sunday night, my dad, my brother, me, my former stepmom, and my former stepsister all watched it together, and that was one of the best WrestleManias of all time, a lot of people say. I remember vividly, like, Jericho versus Regal was great. That was a really great match. I even liked the women's match, Chyna and Ivory, because I thought that was a decent match, and that was kind of cool. The TLC, I was a big Hardy Boys fan as a kid. So that match was awesome, and I loved Edge and Christian. I loved the Dudley Boys. I thought that was the best match of the night. Probably, I don't know, main event. But as a kid, that was awesome. Vince McMahon versus Shane McMahon in the street fight was just insane. And when Shane McMahon did the coast-to-coast dropkick, I remember just freaking out as a kid, and that was great. Undertaker Triple H was great. Benoit, Kurt Angle was amazing as well. So many great matches that night. And also Rock and Stone Cold, the main event. I mean, that's probably one of the best matches in WrestleMania history, in my opinion. Just a phenomenal match, and that was really cool. And like, I just remember, like, the whole night, I just loved the whole show, and I loved it so much. This is like the story I tell everyone, like, just how much I loved that show. After it was over, they had the replay, and by this time, like, most people were going to bed, and me and my brother, like, kept watching a little bit. I stayed up till probably, I don't know, I think it was maybe 3:30 in the morning, watching the whole show. I watched the whole show twice in a row, and I've never done that before or since. But that was pretty cool. That was my very first WrestleMania live, and it was definitely the most memorable WrestleMania of my life because it was a great show from top to bottom, and just it was really cool because that was like the last time. No, that was like the only time I ever watched a pay-per-view with my dad. My dad's not a big wrestling fan, my brother's not a big wrestling fan anymore, so that was just really cool, and that really sticks out of my mind. But that's my experience, my first ever experience with WrestleMania, so, hey, feel free to share your guys' too. Alright, take care, guys, bye.